Guys, welcome back to the channel for another top 10 of 2024. This line right here, let me go back a little bit. In 2023, I talked with Pixel Dan. I met him at Retro Toy Convention in 2023. And if you guys know Pixel Dan, which all of you guys do, he's a big turtle guy, big Masters of the Universe guy. And I asked Pixel Dan, what do you think about the new Turtles of Grayskull line coming out? And of course, conversation went on for I don't know how long. We both thought it was a good thing, two powerhouses coming together, and of course in that 5.5-inch scale, what could go wrong? So here's my top 10 Turtles of Grayskull figures. Stay tuned. Now, like all of my list, it is my list, guys, my opinion. So a lot of you guys don't even like this line, but I thank you for tuning into this video to watch what I got to say. But I love this line. I'm, for the most part, a completionist on it. The next couple waves coming out, I will probably tone it down a little bit because I only can have so many of the brothers hanging out. And I'm talking about Mikey, Raph, Leo, and Donatello. So I'm going to pick and choose when it comes to them. But some of the other characters, some even the, the B characters, the background characters, definitely will look into getting those to add to our Turtles of Grayskull collection. But before we get into the actual top 10, and of course, just like most lists, as far as my list, I will have a couple honorable mentions and actually one worst Turtles of Grayskull figure. Before we get there, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. You guys know the deal. Thank you guys for all the support. So let's get to the honorable mentions first. I don't know. What do you guys want to go? The worst? Yeah, let's start with the worst. Then we'll just go ahead and work up to first. Worst is the Ram Man. And if you guys have him, I thought that this might have been a figure of the year when he first came out. But he cannot stand for anything. It's like he's got broken ankles. It's like he's on the basketball court trying to guard Kobe Bryant. And he's just getting broken ankles left and right. So, yeah, great design. I love the translucency, the translucent type of material on him, but he just can't stand for anything. So what's the use of a Ram Man who can't ram man and jump and do all that stuff if he's got no legs? So, he's acting like Lieutenant Dan. He ain't got no legs. Not really the worst, and I think it's kind of comical. I love B movies. I love really crappy movies for some reason. An 80s, 70s and 80s kids, we grow up watching things like that. So when I see this figure, the Michelangelo with that horrible tube, yeah. I just, he's losing his hair. I mean, this is like what you would see on guys with horrible toupees. They'll wear it however they need to. So, not really an honorable mention, but not really the worst figure. It's just like, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. What happened with this guy? Honorable mentions that did not make the top 10, but came close. Casey Jones. Casey Jones was and is an awesome figure. And of course, you need a Casey Jones from the from the TMNT side of the house. So this is what we're looking at if he was in Eternia. Another honorable mention is the He-Man. I think he was in Wave 1, and I think the story is he's got into the ooze, and then all of a sudden now he's like this guy. So he's not Faker. This is actual He-Man on the bad juice from Shredder. I love the translucent material on a lot of what Mattel puts out. So there's our He-Man coming in with an honorable mention. H for He-Man, H for honorable mention. Here we go, guys, with the top 10. And I am going to be completely transparent. I should have said this at the beginning, that I actually already did a Turtles of Grayskull video, and I only had a top 5. As I'm doing the thumbnail and I'm looking at what else, there's so much in this line. And we have, we have every character here. So I was like, let me give it a shot, see if I could come up with the top 10. Because I love them all. So we went with the top 10. I don't know what I was thinking in the first place. So because of that and adding more to it and really dissecting it a little bit more, this next one, top 10, she was actually in a top 5, but now she is a top 10, and that's April O'Neil. I love the presence of April O'Neil as far as the sorceress. And of course we got the April O'Neil using a Tila body. And we got April O'Neil at number 10. Coming in at number 9, who doesn't need a sensei? Who doesn't need a master? Who doesn't need their father, I guess you could say, in their line? So when they said Splinter Skull, this guy, this is a beefy guy. This guy was a Target exclusive. I wish it would have been soft goods, but hey, it's fine. It's okay. He's a hefty figure. So we got Splinter Skull coming in at number 9. This next one I was back and forth on, and he actually moved up into the list, into the top 10. And then I moved him way up, and I was like, let me dial him a little bit more back just because of the other figures in here. But again, with Turtles of Grayskull, we need a He-Man. But now we have the Stealth Ninja He-Man, which is really cool. So what is it? It looks like a basic He-Man, but when you add, when you add things like the cape or a robe, in a hooded robe like that, make him real stealthy. So here we go. At number 8, we have Stealth Ninja He-Man. The one I was kind of going back and forth with, or jockeying positions, was Skeletor. When I first saw him in package, I was like, yeah, this guy's the real deal. So yeah, Skeletor coming in at number 7. Hopefully you guys could see that good. Just something about it. It's got that samurai look to him. And I was hoping that these green pieces were either glow in the dark or type of like a black light, but they're not, and it's okay. We got a Skeletor. And then coming in next was a complete surprise when I opened up from a top 5 to a top 10. I was like, this guy's going to be in there, but how far down is he? Well, at number 6, we have Stealth Leo. Going very similar to the He-Man, how they are kind of in that stealth mode. I think this is just too cool. And he's a ninja already, so we didn't have to say Stealth Ninja Leo. He's just Stealth Leo. That's what they labeled, so that's what we got. The rest of the list are Target and Walmart exclusives. Target, been pretty easy to get. Walmart, nightmare for the most part. Now this guy right here, coming at number 5, the Krang. Krang was, I thought, going to be one of those hard to find. And then we found him. And then we found 8 million Krang. And then now we can't find him again. So Walmart and their Mattel, I don't know if it's Walmart, Mattel, both of them combined the distribution on their exclusives, not just with these, but with all the other toy lines, just horrible. So it's always a crapshoot. So when you find it, you think you're finding gold, and then, a week later they're on clearance. But going back to the figure itself, now if you guys didn't know, you can pop and swap or pop and change what you want the Krang to do. So you could take the middle part out, bring him down. But of course, with a big beefy like this, a big baddie, the Krang, yeah, you have to have him. You have to have him upright, causing havoc in the Turtles of Grayskull line. Coming in at number 4 is not really a controversy, but maybe just a talking point onto how you pronounce it. Slacker, Slaker, Slacker, Slaker. However you want to say it. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to be the faker, so it's faker, but then he's slash, so it's slacker. I don't know. Slash, faker, slaker, slacker. Here he is, coming in at number 4. This is a more recent Target exclusive drop. Two-Bop Steady. A lot of us pre-ordered this guy thinking, it's like, you know what, Target's pretty good. And sure enough, you could still find him in Target shelves right now. So Bebop and Rocksteady combined with, Too Bad, and you get Two-Bop Steady. Now, my thing is, I was hoping he was going to be more of a deluxe size figure. But yeah, again, the tooling, it would have been really nice if you would have had him more on this body. Because this, if I'm not mistaken, this body is first time. I'll leave it in the comments, that body from Slacker. Is it a first time? Because here we got the 5.5-inch scale standard body with, of course, the molding of the two heads. So, but anyways, Two-Bop Steady coming in at number 3. The next two are Walmart exclusives. One we've been lucky to find enough of, and recently found a few more, but still kind of hard to find overall. I can't remember, I saw a picture, there was like 86 million on an end cap of these guys, and I think we're going clearance, but I'm talking about Leatherhead. So at number 2, we have our Leatherhead, and his boonie hat doesn't stay on all the way, so you guys just don't lose it. If you get it, don't lose it. So we have Leatherhead, making it at number 2. He's got his kind of like a swivel on the tail, little peg ports in right there. But really awesome to get. Articulated mouth, head. Really awesome to have to the bad guy's side of the house. Leatherhead, always losing his hat. Before we continue, guys, don't forget, like, comment, put your comments down in there. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell for notifications, because there will be a couple more best ofs 2024 coming out very soon. But now at number 1, Turtles of Grayskull. I recently took him out of the box, and I got this courtesy of our good friend, our brother David. He had an extra. He's like, here you go, JB, and it worked out. And I'm talking about Merman. And I recently took him out of the box. I didn't want to. For some reason, we cannot find Merman anywhere. And of course on eBay, the listing's going up for like $150 and things like that. Ridiculous amount, but I finally took him out. I'm going to show you him here in a second. And if you guys didn't know, let me show it this way. You can do either body type, one with legs or one with the merman, the tail and everything like that. So fish under the sea. So there's his legs. And yeah, since you saw his legs, that means I have him in the actual merman pose. And he is at number 1 for Turtles of Grayskull. I don't think I have to tell you why, and it's not because of the availability at all. It's just the way it is. I mean, the way it is. It's awesome figure. The design of it, the colors, the paint. I mean, you're going from traditional plastic into a translucent body, and on the translucent body and the head sculpt, phenomenal. So, yeah, coming in at number 1 is our favorite Merman. Guys, this go around, instead of a top 5 and going into a top 10, felt a lot better. I love this line. I will be picking up a few more, like I mentioned earlier, from the next waves coming out. But again, I will definitely take a step back when it comes to the 4 brothers. It's like, do I need another Leo? Do I need another Raph, etc.? So I'm going to, play that one by ear. But, I think Snake Men might be the next waves coming up. So that'd be kind of interesting to see. Leave it in the comments, guys. Turtles of Grayskull fans, haters, whatever you say. Were you in this line? Are you out? Were you out and now in? It's kind of curious because, when you get mashups, you don't know what's going to happen and how it's going to get, accepted in the community. Speaking of community, that's right. Thanking you guys like always. You guys are the best. Always enjoy the ride. We'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, don't forget, click the next video if you missed it. The top 24 of 2024 were, not only do I have my little input, but Marsha, she lays the hammer down and she says, this is number 1. So check that out. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Oh, yeah. Holy moly, God. That's dynamic.
Skadoosh.